Hi everyone. Today our group Hawkeye All-Stars are going to be talking about the topic of pressures of supply chain and inflations on grocers. Our article is how grocers are managing both pressures of supply chain disruption and inflation. This article discusses how the disruption to the supply chain has caused a lower supply of products and had negative impacts across the grocery industry. These impacts include higher prices, more frequent stockouts, and unhappy customers. Carn Foods is one of the many grocery chains that has been dealing with the issues caused by supply shortages. One of the most significant issues Carn faces is that many customers are unable to find the products they most frequently purchase. Additionally, when customers are unable to find specific items, they instead opt for cheaper options, which reduces overall revenue for the store. Research shows that due to recent frustration with the lack of supplies, as many as 45% of customers have stopped at a new grocery stores to find the items that they need. Karn fears that if they continue to struggle with supply issues, that their loyal customers will no longer be doing business with them. Additionally, with the federal stimulus money decreasing for many families, consumers are likely to have lower price elasticity in the upcoming months. With the higher demand, the prices are increasing, and with the lower income, people are opting for different purchases. And now, Aaron will talk about how it's important and why.
Thank you, Kim. This is a super important topic, especially in today's climate for many reasons. Grocery stores are having a greater surge in demand from the increase in people working from home due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but options are running super low on grocery store shelves and have caused consumers' demand to drastically shift. The low supply on the shelves and high demand mean that people are not getting what they want and are ultimately changing their buying habits and consumer behavior. This could essentially cause some products to disappear forever, therefore causing people to alter their grocer preferences permanently. And this could cause some grocers to lose customers and money. As customers are forced to choose from a smaller selection of products and goods, the demand for the few available products has surged, causing the price of these goods to increase as well. To make matters worse, some price increases are beyond the grocer's control because of labor shortages, limited availability of raw ingredients such as produce, freight and packaging constraints, and unpredictable weather events. Inflation and wage increase have also caused grocers to hire fewer workers so they can save money. This can cause lines at the grocery store to be super long and decrease customer satisfaction overall. This issue will only continue to fuel customer dissatisfaction with their current grocers, which could create a bigger opportunity for other companies that are able to thrive and provide customers with what they need, despite of all the issues with the other grocery stores. Now, Griffin will talk to us about how this can relate to our operations management course.
Thank you, Aaron. So yeah, as Aaron discussed, the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted grocery store supply chains nationally. Grocers now need to be more agile, adaptable, and aligned with customer demand when dealing with current supply chain and inventory management issues. We learned in class about the supply chain model. And within the supply chain model, a shortage of raw materials, unemployment, higher wages, and higher transportation all contribute to delays in products getting to markets and higher costs when they get there. This has required grocers to pivot and rely not on strategic decisions, but utilize tactical short-term solutions for inventory and transportation management. I'm going to pass it on to Mason to discuss more about topics in class.
Thanks, Griffin. As Griffin discussed, there's been a lot of raw material underemployment and other shortages within the supply chain model. Predicting this was nearly impossible for grocers. So being flexible during this time is key when dealing with inventory metrics and demand variability. When process capacity does not meet the demand rate, customers are forced to purchase elsewhere or opt for more affordable options. So it's important for grocers to make tactical decisions when combating these. I'm going to pass it on to Jillian to explain more.
So like Mason said, many of the decisions that grocers can make to combat supply chain disruptions caused by COVID-19 are tactical decisions that will impact the short-term performance of the store. First, we think that companies should place orders well in advance while also ordering in larger quantities. Because of increases in labor and transportation costs, the EOQ required for grocers has increased. And additionally, with many orders not being fulfilled to their entirety Ordering above the EOQ can increase the likelihood that stores are able to meet their customer demand. And by placing larger orders, grocers can reduce the number of delivery trips needed, which will lower the transportation and labor costs per unit. Next, we recommend partnering with local suppliers. Having suppliers nearby will help grocers receive products faster after a stock out, and with many customers switching grocers because they're not finding the items they want, having our items restocked as soon as possible will help retain our customers. We also recommend talking with suppliers to give you more insight and control over inventory and the possibility of stockouts. And additionally, you can work with your suppliers to bring in more private label and substitute products for those items that can't seem to stay on the shelf. We also urge grocers to build relationships with their customers and offer increased customer support during this time. Grocers can point customers to substitute products and encourage them to be flexible and patient during these stockouts and long checkout lines. It might also be necessary to ask customers to only purchase what they need so that bulk buying is discouraged and so that we can level our demand. Lastly, we recommend using promotions for customer retention to stay competitive among other grocers. This will allow our patrons to keep buying and will help balance out the high prices that inflation has caused. For customers looking to switch from their primary grocer, promotions are likely to persuade them to stay shopping. Grocers have had to deal with the trade-off between keeping costs low and having flexibility. And we believe that the benefits of staying flexible outweigh the additional costs significantly. So to mitigate the resulting high prices that customers do not like, we believe that grocers should do their best to absorb as much of these increased costs as possible to avoid passing them to the customers and to protect them from more frustration. So those are our sources that we use to gather our information, and we hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you for watching.